All right, everybody, I'm going to start by telling you one of my favorite stories, the SLP and Aspiration Pneumonia. And I've decided to adjust this story a little bit to focus on an SLP in particular that I know very well, and that's me. And there are two reasons why I'm going to be the heroine of our story today. The first being I've always wanted to be a princess or a witch in training. And the second reason is that I really just didn't have the budget to get Emma Watson to take the photos I needed for this presentation. So you're stuck with me. So a long, long time ago in a faraway land of Georgia, they were a group of bulldog worshiping individuals who wanted to be transformed through extensive tutelage into the role of speech-language pathologists. And while there are many beautiful faces here, of course we're going to focus on the one that matters most, mine, and my journey to becoming a speech-language pathologist. And what's interesting is that I believed I was going to be taking the coursework that our title suggests. I thought I'd be learning all about speech. I thought I'd be learning about communication. I thought I'd learn about language. And it turned out that once I entered these hallowed halls and I went into my coursework unknowing, bright-eyed, ready to just absorb everything there was to know about communication, I found myself in a course that was as mysterious and mystifying as divination. And that course was basically illegible to me. The course was dysphagia. And I was completely stunned to find out that of our big 9, we had coursework in an area that had nothing to do with communication at all. And taking me on this journey was my brave and very knowledgeable professor, Dr. Lori Burkhead Morgan, who had actually been in the program, the PhD program that I'm in now at the University of Florida. And she was able to provide so much context and explain this topic to me such that it became the most interesting topic for me. But I actually do have live footage of me on the very first day of class when I found myself in this particular room learning about dysphagia. And here it is. Here's me in red, obviously, trying to figure out where in the world swallowing fits into this field with communication, speech. I just didn't know. But trust me, I figured it out. And in the process of figuring it out, I, really dove into this world of swallowing and dysphagia. And on this slide, I'm showing you the main takeaways that I feel I took out of that experience in that course. And I knew things. I knew to do an oral MAC on every patient. I knew to understand the physiology. It's not just enough to know somebody has dysphagia. It's, well, what is the dysphagia? Why is it happening? I knew that you had to have imaging. You have to have video fluoroscopy. It's the gold standard. You can use FEEs. You can use these as biofeedback. I knew from Dr. Morgan's teaching, physical therapy and occupational therapy have well established these principles of rehabilitation, and they apply to swallowing too. And swallowing is this huge part of quality of life. It's not just about lengthening someone's life, it's about making sure they have a life worth living. And finally, this most important point that I remembered and just took with me as I moved forward, and it was that aspiration due to dysphagia can lead to aspiration pneumonia, and aspiration pneumonia can lead to death. Once I had these fundamentals, I was prepared. I knew what I needed to know, and I was ready to go. I was transformed, but not into a tiger. I was transformed into a speech-language pathologist, and boy, I had the polo shirt to prove it. I was so happy I'd made it. I got my first job. I was working in a place where I could work with swallowing all day. And I chose not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 castles in which to practice my craft and live happily ever after, working with patients who had swallowing disorders and helping them rehabilitate because I had those takeaways. I knew the principles of rehabilitation. I knew to pay attention to quality of life. And most importantly, I knew that if my patients were going to aspirate, they were at risk for pneumonia and they were at risk of death. So I had an important job to do and I knew how to do it. And boy, was I successful. Knowing everything that I knew, I was a phenomenal speech therapist. And I actually, again, with permission, have some footage of some of my most successful patients that I rehabilitated and improved their swallowing mechanism so that they could live a long life and live a happy life. And here they are. So eating, drinking, and being merry, right? So with successes like these under my belt, I did the best that I could as a speech language pathologist. And, that's the end of my story.